All right, you magnificent bastards, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Today we're dissecting this whole cultural shit show that is Super Bowl commercials.
The mini movies.
Yeah.
Companies blow millions on.
Hoping to make you laugh or cry or shit your pants in on.
Or at least reach for the remote to mute another celebrity-endorsed hard seltzer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got a stack of intel here on how these things became such a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And why they cost more than a small island nation.
Right.
We'll also be dissecting some of the most legendary,
Oh, yeah.
and let's be honest, totally fucked up ads in Super Bowl history.
It's going to be fun.
So grab a beer and let's cut the crap and dive in.
I've definitely spent more time analyzing these ads than any sane person should.
So first things first, why the hell are Super Bowl commercials such a big fucking deal? Is it just because everyone's glued to the TV waiting to see who wins the beer chugging contest?
I think it's definitely about eyeballs.
Hmm.
The Super Bowl consistently ranks as one of the most watched TV broadcasts in the U.S.
Right.
And advertisers are practically guaranteed a massive captive audience.
Like how massive are we talking?
Well, Super Bowl 58 in 2024 pulled in an average viewership of 123.7 million across all platforms.
Yeah.
That's more people than most countries have.
Holy shit, that's a lot of eyeballs glued to the screen.
Yeah.
So these companies are willing to shell out big bucks just to flash their logo and some half-naked celebrity for a few seconds.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
And the price has gone batshit crazy over the years.
Okay.
At Super Bowl I,
Mm-hmm.
a 30-second ad cost a measly $37,500.
That's it.
Today, that same slot will set you back a cool $7 million.
$7 million for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. For that kind of money, you could buy a private island and tell everyone to fuck off for the rest of your life.
You could, but then you wouldn't have the bragging rights of having your ad seen by millions during the Super Bowl.
True. True. Okay, so are these companies actually getting their money's worth? Or are they just pissing away their marketing budget for a shot at going viral?
Well, it's a gamble for sure, but the potential payoff is huge. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You reach a massive and diverse audience.
Yeah.
Generate buzz and social media chatter, and if you're really lucky, drive sales.
So you're saying?
The Super Bowl is a launching pad for cultural moments.
Okay.
These ads can become part of the water cooler conversation the next day.
So it's like a high-stakes poker game where the chips are made of pure marketing gold.
Exactly. Some brands hit the jackpot with a hilarious or heartwarming ad that everyone talks about,
Right.
while others crash and burn with a cringeworthy dud that becomes a meme for all the wrong reasons.
So we've got this insane financial gamble going on, but let's talk about the actual ads. Let's reminisce about some of the most iconic Super Bowl commercials that have graced our screens.
Oh, man.
What are some of the ones that come to mind for you?
There are so many legendary ones. But we have to start with the 1980 Coca-Cola ad, Hey Kid Catch.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Oh, fuck yeah. That ad was a classic.
Sure.
I think even the most cynical asshole couldn't help but crack a smile at that one. What made it so effective, though? Was it just the cute kid factor?
It was more than just cute. It was brilliant marketing.
Oh.
It humanized Mean Joe Green, this
Okay.
intimidating football player,
Mm-hmm.
and turned him into a relatable, almost fatherly figure. It subtly positioned Coca-Cola as the drink that brings people together, bridging divides. It's a classic for a reason, and its emotional impact is still felt today.
Right. It tugged at the heartstrings without being overly saccharine. It's like they found the perfect balance of sentimentality and authenticity.
Exactly. And it's a good example of how humor can be a powerful tool in advertising.
All right, so Coca-Cola played the heartwarming card. What else you got? Any ads that blew people's minds with their sheer cinematic brilliance?
Well, you can't talk about iconic Super Bowl commercials without mentioning Apple's 1984.
Oh, yeah.
Ridley Scott, the visionary director of Alien and Blade Runner, directed that masterpiece.
Dude, that ad was a fucking event. It was like watching a mini-movie during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it wasn't just about selling a computer.
No.
It was about challenging the status quo, embracing individuality and all that deep shit.
Like
It practically redefined what a Super Bowl commercial could be.
artful ads with a side of dystopian vibes.
Right.
I'm fucking digging it. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. What about brands that consistently kill it year after year? You know those ads? You actually look forward to seeing the ones that never disappoint?
Budweiser with their Clydesdale commercials is a prime example.
Yeah.
Those majestic beasts have been pulling at heartstrings and winning over viewers for decades.
Yeah, those horses are like the goddamn royalty of Super Bowl commercials. They've dominated the USA Today Super Bowl ad meter. Like it's their personal playground. I guess you can't go wrong with puppies, Americana, and a heartwarming story. It's like a recipe for emotional manipulation, and it works every damn time.
They've definitely mastered the formula. Budweiser understands that the Super Bowl is a time for shared experiences and emotional connections. Their Clydesdale ads tap into that sentiment perfectly.
All right, so we've got heartwarming ads, cinematic masterpieces, and majestic horses.
Yeah.
But let's be real, not every Super Bowl commercial is a winner.
Right.
In fact, some of them are so goddamn bad they make you want to gouge your eyes out with a rusty spork. Let's talk about some of the most controversial and cringeworthy Super Bowl ads that have graced our screens.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the ones that made you question the sanity of the advertising industry.
There have been some real doozies over the years. One that immediately springs to mind is the 1999 Just for Feet ad called Kenyan Mission. It was universally slammed for its racist undertones and just terrible execution. It's almost unbelievable that something like that actually made it to air.
Wait, remind me about this one. I think I've successfully repressed the memory of it for the sake of my mental health.
It involved a bunch of white guys chasing a barefoot Kenyan runner in a Humvee, drugging him, and then forcing Nike shoes on him.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
That's so fucked up.
It was supposed to be edgy and humorous, but it came across as incredibly offensive and insensitive.
Holy shit, that's fucked up. It's like they took every negative stereotype about Africa and crammed it into a 30-second ad. No wonder people were pissed off.
It was a colossal miscalculation, and it cost the company dearly. Not only did they get dragged through the mud in the media, but they also ended up filing for bankruptcy later that year. It's a cautionary tale about the importance of cultural sensitivity and not being a complete asshat.
Okay, so we've got racist ads that thankfully got the public shaming they deserved. What other kind of controversial crap has made it into the Super Bowl ad lineup? Give me the dirt.
Well, there was a 2007 General Motors ad called Robot that sparked outrage for its depiction of suicide. The ad was supposed to be about GM's commitment to quality, but it showed a robot getting fired from its job and then jumping off a bridge.
Whoa, hold the fucking phone.
Okay.
They actually showed a robot committing suicide in a Super Bowl commercial. What the hell were they thinking? Did they just completely miss the memo on sensitive subject matter?
It's baffling, right? Suicide is a serious issue, and using it as a comedic or dramatic device in a car commercial is beyond tone deaf. The backlash was swift and severe, with suicide prevention groups and mental health advocates condemning the ad.
Yeah, you can't blame people for being outraged. It's like, hey, let's enjoy some football and lighthearted commercials. Oh, wait, now I'm contemplating the meaning of life and the futility of existence. Thanks, GM.
Exactly. It was a PR nightmare for GM, and it highlights the importance of considering the potential impact of your message, especially on a platform as large as the Super Bowl.
All right, so we've got racist ads, suicidal robots, and enough marketing fails to fill a textbook. It seems like navigating the Super Bowl commercial landscape is like walking through a minefield of potential PR disasters.
It definitely takes a certain level of skill and awareness to create a Super Bowl ad that resonates with audiences without crossing the line. But when it's done right, the results can be spectacular.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll delve into the strange world of Canadian Super Bowl commercial drama and explore some of the more recent ads that have stirred up controversy. Stay tuned, you magnificent bastards.
Sounds good. So before the break, we were talking about some of the more disastrous Super Bowl ads.
Yeah, those were some real doozies.
Some real shit shows. But you also mentioned something before about Canadians getting screwed over when it comes to Super Bowl commercials.
Oh, yeah, right? What's the deal with that? I heard our neighbors to the north have been getting royally fucked when it comes to those sweet, sweet Super Bowl ad dollars. Apparently some bureaucratic bullshit is preventing them from seeing the same ads as us Americans.
It's true. It's a whole other shit show. It's called SimSub, which stands for Simultaneous Substitution.
SimSub?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Canadian regulation that forces pay TV providers to replace the American feed of a program with the Canadian feed if they air simultaneously.
So basically Canadians have been missing out on the Super Bowl ad bonanza all these years because of some regulatory nonsense?
Pretty much.
That's some grade A bullshit.
And Canadians have been understandably pissed off about it for years.
I would imagine so.
They see all the hype surrounding the U.S. Super Bowl commercials, but they're stuck watching whatever Canadian ads CTV decides to air. It's like going to a party and only being allowed to drink lukewarm tap water while everyone else is pounding tequila shots.
Man, I'd be rioting in the streets if I were them. So what have our Canadian brethren done about this injustice?
Yeah.
Have they just accepted their fate as second-class Super Bowl viewers?
Hell no. They fought back, and it actually led to a pretty epic legal battle. In 2016, the CRTC, Canada's telecom regulator, decided to ban SimSub during the Super Bowl for 3 years starting in 2017.
So the CRTC basically said, fuck the rules, Canadians deserve to see the same ads as everyone else.
I'm starting to like these CRTC folks. They sound like they know how to party.
Yeah, they were hailed as heroes by Canadian football fans for a hot minute. Yeah. Super Bowl LI was the first game to air without SimSub, and Canadian viewers finally got to experience the full, unadulterated Super Bowl ad extravaganza. I bet those Canadian marketing agencies were shitting bricks, though. Suddenly, they had to compete with the big boys down south for those coveted Canadian eyeballs. Talk about pressure.
You're not wrong. It was a game changer for the Canadian advertising industry. But hold on, because this story takes another turn. Bell Media, the NFL's Canadian rights holder, wasn't too happy about this whole SimSub ban thing.
Wait, so Bell Media basically threw a hissy fit because Canadians were finally getting to see the good stuff. What a bunch of greedy bastards.
They argued that it violated their exclusive broadcast rights and devalued their investment in the Super Bowl. They took the CRTC to court, and after a long and drawn-out legal battle, the Supreme Court of Canada overturned the SimSub ban in 2019.
So Canadians are back to square one. No more American Super Bowl ads for them. What a load of crap.
Yep, it was a major bummer for Canadian viewers.
Really?
But hey, at least they got a taste of freedom for a couple of years.
It's like they gave them a taste of that sweet, sweet nectar and then yanked it away. Cruel, man, cruel. All right, let's get back to the ads themselves. We've covered some of the classics and some of the epic fails. What about some of the more recent Super Bowl ads that have sparked debate or controversy?
Well, in 2014, Coca-Cola aired an ad called It's Beautiful that triggered a whole shitstorm of controversy. It featured scenes of Americans from various ethnicities and a same-sex couple all singing America the Beautiful in different languages.
Ooh, sounds like someone forgot to tell Coca-Cola that multiculturalism is a trigger word for some folks. What kind of backlash did they get?
Oh, the internet exploded, my friend. Some people praised Coca-Cola for celebrating diversity and inclusion, while others slammed them for being un-American and pushing a liberal agenda. It was your classic culture war bullshit, with both sides digging in their heels and refusing to see the other's perspective.
Sounds about right. So basically America in a nutshell.
Pretty much. It was a reminder that even a seemingly innocent soft drink commercial can become a battleground for deeply entrenched political and cultural beliefs.
Yeah, you can't even enjoy goddamn Coke without someone getting offended these days. All right, what else you got? Any other ads that made people lose their shit?
In 2015, Nationwide Insurance ran a commercial that was so dark and depressing, it practically sucked the joy out of the entire Super Bowl.
Wait, what? Was it like a PSA about the dangers of drunk driving or something?
Worse. It was called Boy, and it featured a young boy talking about all the things he'll never get to do because he died in a preventable accident. It was basically a 3-minute meditation on death and the fragility of life disguised as an insurance commercial.
Holy fuck, who thought that was a good idea? Talk about a buzzkill.
It was a major miscalculation on Nationwide's part. They were trying to raise awareness about preventable child deaths, but the ad was so bleak and depressing that it overshadowed the message completely.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is supposed to be a time for escapism and entertainment, not existential dread. It's like, hey, I just want to watch some football and laugh at funny commercials, not contemplate my own mortality.
Exactly. The backlash was swift and brutal, and Nationwide ended up pulling the ad.
It's like they forgot that people watched the Super Bowl to escape the harsh realities of life, not to be reminded of them. All right, hit me with another one. What else is lurking in the depths of Super Bowl ad history?
All right, how about this? In 2017, 84 Lumber, a building supply company, aired an ad called The Journey that depicted a mother and daughter making a perilous journey from Mexico to the U.S. They arrive at the border only to find a massive wall blocking their path.
Ooh, that's got to be a touchy subject, especially during the Trump era. Did they show them scaling the wall or tunneling underneath it?
Not quite. They find a giant door in the wall, which I guess was supposed to symbolize opportunity or something. But the original version of the ad was deemed too controversial by Fox, the network, broadcasting the Super Bowl that year.
Wait, so even Fox, the network that practically invented right-wing outrage, thought this ad was too hot to handle? That's saying something.
It is. They ended up airing a shortened version of the ad and directing viewers to the 84 Lumber website to see the full version.
So they basically used the Super Bowl as a giant teaser for their website. That's actually pretty clever if you think about it.
It was a risky move, but it generated a ton of buzz for 84 Lumber. It also sparked a lot of debate about immigration and the political climate at the time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Even in the world of Super Bowl commercials, you can't escape the political shitstorm that is 21st century America.
It's true. Super Bowl ads are more than just marketing. They're a reflection of our society, our values, and the issues that divide us.
Deep, man.
Tap.
All right. What other controversial or thought-provoking ads have graced our screens in recent years?
Remember that 2017 Audi ad that tackled the issue of gender pay equality?
Uh-huh.
It featured a father watching his daughter compete in a soapbox derby race, reflecting on the societal barriers women face and advocating for equal pay for equal work.
Yeah, that one definitely stirred up some controversy, but it was also praised for its message of empowerment and equality.
Exactly. It sparked a much-needed conversation about gender equality and challenged traditional notions of masculinity and success. It was a bold move for Audi, and it demonstrated that brands can use their platform to address important social issues.
It seems like companies are increasingly willing to take risks and inject some social commentary into their Super Bowl ads. Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a mixed bag, really. It's great to see brands taking a stand on issues that matter, but it's also important to be authentic and avoid exploiting social issues for profit. Consumers are savvy and they can smell bullshit a mile away.
Right. It has to come across as genuine and not just a cynical marketing ploy to boost sales.
Exactly. Consumers want to support brands that align with their values. When a brand takes a stand on an issue that resonates with its target audience, it can build loyalty and trust. But if it comes across as inauthentic or opportunistic, it can backfire spectacularly.
So it's a tightrope walk for these brands. They have to balance their marketing objectives with their social responsibility and avoid alienating potential customers.
It is. Well, it seems like we've covered a lot of ground here today, from the heartwarming to the hilarious to the downright horrifying. Any final thoughts before we wrap up this deep dive into the wild world of Super Bowl commercials?
Well, before we wrap up, I actually wanted to mention something I found really interesting.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
The NFL actually has a whole list of things you absolutely cannot show in a Super Bowl commercial.
Wait, seriously? They try to keep it family-friendly. The same folks who broadcast a sport where grown men slam into each other for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty
Oh.
ironic. But I guess they got to protect those sponsorships and keep the advertisers happy.
So no beer commercials.
Well, beer's okay, but no gambling, no hard liquor, and definitely no banned substances.
So I can't even see an ad for a goddamn margarita during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What kind of puritanical bullshit is that? I mean, I'm pretty sure half the people watching are already 3 sheets to the wind by halftime. It's the NFL, baby. They're all about protecting their brand, even if it means depriving us of a little boozy inspiration. They want to maintain this wholesome image, even though the reality of the sport is anything but.
It's like they're living in some alternate universe where football is all about sportsmanship and fair play. But wait, didn't they allow those political ads during Super Bowl Lie in 2020? I remember Trump and Bloomberg basically turning the Super Bowl into a political pissing contest.
Oh, yeah, money talks, my friend. When you're dropping $10 million per ad, the NFL is willing to bend the rules a bit.
So it's all about the Benjamins, huh? Shocking.
Ah.
Okay, let's move on to another category of Super Bowl ad fails. Those ads that tried to be edgy or thought-provoking, but ended up being just plain stupid or offensive. What other gems have you unearthed in the depths of Super Bowl ad history?
Remember that 2017 GNC ad that got rejected by the NFL?
GC, the supplement store. What the hell did they do? Show a bunch of ripped dudes chugging protein shakes and flexing their biceps?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it turns out some of GNC's products contain substances that are banned by the NFL. Yeah, so even though their Super Bowl ad was all about courage to change and motivational bullshit, the NFL decided to pull the plug.
They banned a GNC ad for promoting supplements.
Hmm.
Talk about hypocrisy. These are the same folks who let beer companies shove their products down our throats every 5 minutes.
It's all about appearances, my friend. The NFL wants to maintain this facade of health and athleticism, even though their players are basically walking pharmacies.
It's all a bunch of bullshit if you ask me.
Yeah.
All right, give me one more example of an ad that went spectacularly wrong. I need a good laugh to end this deep dive on a high note.
Okay, how about this? In 2018, Ram Trucks aired an ad called Built to Serve that featured an excerpt from a Martin Luther King Jr. speech.
Wait, hold up. They used MLK's words to sell trucks? That's gotta be the most tone-deaf shit I've ever heard.
You're not alone in thinking that people were outraged accusing Ram of exploiting MLK's legacy for profit.
Like, they completely missed the point. MLK was all about fighting for social justice and an equality, not hauling ass to the Home Depot for lumber.
Yeah, it was a major misfire. They were trying to tap into the themes of service and community, but it came across as crass and disrespectful.
It's like they thought they could just slap some MLK quotes on a truck commercial and everything would be fine. Talk about a PR disaster.
It just goes to show that even the biggest companies can make colossal blunders when it comes to Super Bowl advertising.
Well, there you have it, folks. Super Bowl commercials. A roller coaster of emotions, from heartwarming to hilarious to downright horrifying. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners before we wrap things up?
Just remember, the Super Bowl is a marketing battleground, and these companies are spending millions to grab your attention, manipulate your emotions, and ultimately get you to buy their shit. So next time you're watching the big game, keep your bullshit detector on high alert, and don't let those crafty advertisers mess with your mind.
Truer words have never been spoken. All right, you magnificent bastards. That's it for this week's Deep Dive. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into some topic that's sure to make you laugh, think, and maybe even question your sanity. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and don't let those goddamn ads control your life. Peace out.